Good day, emerging mothers. I hope you all are well. Listen, I am, of course, at a middle school, just doing my mommy things as I always do. Of course, and stepped outside of the middle school while my daughter is inside, spending some time with her shooting coach, or better yet, her AAU coach, and wanted to chat with y'all for just a bit. And of course, this is our 8 p.m. Central Standard Time live recording anyway on a Thursday, which I look forward to you all continuing to join me. But listen, if you all will see in the caption, I am talking about safety, safety, safety. And so what I want to do on this live is I want to talk about those questions, if you will, that you will want to ask, of course, those school officials or those university representatives when you land on campus, either at the university tour or either at orientation, or at some point you will want to ask these questions because, of course, when our teens transition out of the home, we want to make sure they are safe. And before I jump in, listen, a huge applause for Mrs. Berkeley last week. Oh my goodness, such a knowledgeable professional. I so appreciated her coming and spending time with us all and sharing about her background, her experience, and how she's able to help. So listen, there's already been folk reaching out, of course, in reference to wanting information from her. I have put them in contact with her or have asked her to reach out to them. And so if you have any questions at all as it pertains to, of course, accommodations and how your teen can be successful on the university campus and be able to utilize the resources needed while on campus, please let me know. Let her know. She is in our group, Deborah Berkeley, if you will. So please feel free to reach out to her and she will be able to, I'm sure, provide you with all of the information that you need. So listen, let's jump right in. When we think about the questions that we need to ask when we're on that college campus, we need to make sure that, number one, and you know what, you may want to grab your pen and paper so you can jot these questions down so that you are well informed by the time you have dropped your teen off on transition day. So number one, ask or inquire of the representative or the faculty member who is doing the orientation on the campus, is that school, is that university, are they ready for any natural disasters that may come their way during the school year? So you can already have it cemented in your mind and be prepared for whatever it is that may need to happen if that takes place. I know here in Houston, oh my goodness, we have flooding from time to time. And so if that's the case, if you're coming down here to Texas and your teen is going to be spending some time here in these here states, Texas or around, we get some flooding. So you'll want to be prepared for that, and you'll want to be in the know regarding what needs to happen if that's the case. Also, you'll want to know, of course, if there are any big issues as it pertains to drugs and alcohol on the college campus. Are there any rules and regulations around there? Now, can we monitor that wholeheartedly every hour of the day? Absolutely not. We can hardly even do that right now while our teens are in high school. I mean, look, they leave the house in the morning and we are hoping and praying to God that they come home safely and are doing what they're supposed to do during the day. So if they have transitioned out of the home, I'm confident that we're unable to do that as often as I'm sure that we would want. So what in the world, have they had any, big issues, or how big are the issues as it pertains or surrounds drugs and alcohol? So inquire about that, please. Also, I am curious also. So that's number two. Number three, are the students educated regarding campus safety? And if so, how? Is there some type of, orientation for them, whereas they are told about what they can do to remain safe so that they're in the know? I mean, we're asking all of these questions, but what about what they know? Are they aware of that? So please inquire about that as well when you've gone to visit the university. And guess what? A number of you have already done that, visited the campus, but I'm uncertain if it would even hurt. Oh, I'm so glad outside of the middle school they've turned on the lights. They must have known I was out here doing a recording of some sort. So I am appreciating Cinco Ranch, of course, middle school. So nonetheless, so that's the third question. The fourth question is, who is responsible for on-campus safety? Is it the safety personnel who's on the camp, or is it the on-campus police? Is it the off-campus police? In the event something happens, who in the world should our student contact first? Listen, there's no time to waste at all. So we need to make sure that our teams are contacting the appropriate parties. Time is of the essence. And so making sure that they're clear regarding who that is great. Sometimes it's a matter of them connecting with the university police first, university security first. But then, maybe it's given the particular situation. Maybe the faculty member or the university representative can just line all of that out for you. So that's another question you would want to ask. Number 4. Number 5, if a sexually based crime occurs on campus, who handles that? That would fall up under the umbrella, if you will, of who to contact. Of course, is it the on-campus police? Is it the off-campus police? Is it the university security? Who is that? Who in the world is that? So please inquire about that and have them just allow that to just unfold before you regarding who to contact. Then also, listen, if your teen, now my daughters never did, my oldest daughter, my middle daughter, they never did. They always stayed on campus. I mean, it was close to, of course, the meal, the cafeteria, which they love to eat. It was close to the library. They never moved off campus. But if your teen were to move off campus, listen, who would handle their safety? Who covers all safety measures as it relates to them moving off campus? So find that out, please. And then how are violations of school rules handled by the university? If something happens, okay, it's not necessarily a crime, but if something happens whereas if rules are broken, what is the process for that, and what happens, based on the seriousness of the rule breaking? So inquire about that as well, because you know what, it's just important to know. It's important to be in the know, and so please ask about that. Also, the final 2 questions that I would ask about is, is there some type of safe? Some university campuses, they may have, individualized safes, maybe in the dorms or something along those lines. So if your teen is taking medication, then their medication can remain safe, in a safe, if you will, so that they're able to access it and no one messes with it. I mean, it's one thing to, to have medication that needs to be taken, but then to have a roommate and not know if, all of your belongings or your possessions will remain discreet is a whole nother subject. So some universities, they have safes. So inquire about that. And then last but not least, I am curious to know, in the dorms, is there a first aid kit? Now there ought to be. And if not in the dorms, in the clinic, the university clinic. But where is that located? And if that is like out of reach when it's needed, then it might be a good idea to bring your own first aid kit. So those are some questions that I'm hoping that you all will ask, just so that you're clear about what needs to take place. Listen, our teens are precious to us, and we need to make sure that they have what they need when they need it. So the second portion, of course, of this live is that not only making sure that we're inquiring about those different safety measures as it pertains to our teen, but also making sure that we're well aware regarding some tools that can be used. So the first one is this. Now, we know that when our teens are on the college campus, then at some point, they may be attending a party. I regret admitting this, but it's so true. I'm uncertain if a party even took place on my undergraduate campus that I was not there to witness. Listen, college was such a blast. And every time I think about my college days, those were some of the most fun days, the most fun years of my life. I had a total blast. And so, with no regrets, absolutely no regrets. And so, but listen, there are some tools that have been created, now that we did not have then, and we probably could have used them then. And I'm about dating myself, but I went to school back in the mid-'80s, to college in the mid-'80s. And so I know for a fact, number one, we did not have a drink scrunchie. Now, how many of you all have ever heard of a drink scrunchie? Now, a drink scrunchie, of course, is like a scrunchie, like a hair scrunchie that girls can put in their hair if they're wanting to hold up their ponytail, or maybe a messy bun, or a high ponytail or a low ponytail. But a drink scrunchie can be used, of course, as I'm indicating, on a girl's hair. But guess what? When she goes to a party, she can take that scrunchie out of her hair, and a portion of that scrunchie was specifically created to place over her drink so that no powder or no pill can be dropped in her drink, whether she has it in front of her or whether she steps away from her drink, which, of course, I've told mine, you step away from your drink, by golly, you're making the decision to leave the drink there because, we're uncertain what can happen to a drink when it's out of our sight. And so, but this scrunchie, of course, a portion of it can be placed over the drink so that only the straw goes into a portion of that scrunchie, and so into your drink, and so you can drink it as such. And you'll want to look that up, but I think they sell it at Amazon and maybe a few other stores. But a drink scrunchie. So listen, introduce that to your and your son can probably just carry it in his pocket or something along those lines, so that they stay safe. All of this date rape and all of these things are happening on on some college campuses. We want our teens to stay safe. So, I jumped on this live recording talking about, of course, things we can ask the reps at the universities. However, these are some tools that we can make sure we introduce to our teens, of course, to make sure that they stay safe. Then also, in addition to that drink scrunchie, there's what's called the Invisawear. And the Invisawear is a GPS device, if you will, that's used for safety purposes. And guess what? This Invisawear, you can wear it on you, and of course, if you click it, if you operate it properly, then of course you can alert family and friends as it pertains to your location. And it's like an emergency device, whereas if you're out and about, I don't know, you could be lost, you could be, or if they're in danger, of course they can click on this device, and then their friends and family who they've saved this piece can be alerted regarding where they are. So that, number one, so Invisawear. So look that up, please, and that may be something that, of course, they may want to obtain as well, or they may want to purchase as well. Also, guess what? There's this survival, if you will, multi-purpose hair clip. And this hair clip, it's used as a bottle opener, it's used as a cutter, it's used as a wrench. It's like this multi-purpose tool that can be used if a person is in danger and may need some type of tool to protect themselves. So that's the third device that I want to share, but it's called it's a survival tool, but it's called it's a survival multi-purpose tool, if you will. That's what it's called. And if you'd like me to drop some pictures of these tools in our private Facebook group, then I can most certainly do that. I can most certainly do it. So just let me know and I will totally do it. And also, if there any devices that you all are using or know about, please drop it in our group, and then that way others will be able to know what you are using or what you plan to use as well. And last but not least, there's ICE, ICE, and that's a personal safety app, if you will. And this is it's a real-time location app, whereas that too will let individuals know where you are. And so that's a useful tool that I know a number of people are using. They have this app on their phones, and then of course also in this app they're able to list their medications, they're able to identify if they're an organ donor. All types of things are used for this particular app called ICE, ICE. So look into that as well. So listen, those are some questions that you can ask while you're on the college campus. And then also there are some new and updated tools that you can use, of course, for your teen to remain safe. Listen, I love you all. Keep in mind and mark your calendars for the 26th, the 27th, and 28th of April is our Emerging Mothers Masterclass. I've shortened it down. It used to be 9 days. Now it's only 3, but it will be action-packed and full of information. So the topics are in our Facebook group, of course, so you'll know what we're going to be talking about. And it's going to be helpful, useful, and intriguing information. And you'll definitely want to be there. Listen, again, I love you all. Be safe tonight. I'm going to head back into the school, and I appreciate you all listening. Take care. Be safe. Bye.